Previously on Cabernet.
I came to free my brother. He was arrested on the day of the rally.
But then again, you need to hear different perspectives to run a town, don't you? And I do owe you for your help with the documents, even if unintentional. Your brother shall be released effective immediately. That is my gift to you. So, what do you say?
I accept.
I am delighted to hear that, Elizaveta. You always struck me as a judicious person. And who knows? Perhaps we can keep working together.
We'll see where the future takes us.
Oh, that's the ending. That's a different ending. There you go.
Liza, there you are. Don't forget that you're meant to take minutes for the mayor tonight. He won't be pleased if you keep him waiting.
Hey, can I reload later?
That's right. Thank you for reminding me, Anya. I'll see you tomorrow.
Night, Liza.
That freaking...
In any case, I take it.
I came to put an end to this horror. You have spilled enough blood, and it stops now. Even if it's for the sake of the greater good, I just can't be a part of this. What's going on here has to stop.
Liza, you're breaking my heart. Well, I'm truly sorry we couldn't make a deal. Before you go, I've always loved that old counting rhyme. Do you know it? How does it go again? Crescent came out of the fog, took a knife out of his pocket. I will cut and I will hit. Either way you will be it.
What happened?
Oh, you're up.
Where are all my things?
Mayor Skortsov ordered to lock you up, I'm afraid. All your property has been confiscated.
That bastard.
You're the first vampire I've guarded, you know? Fascinating stuff.
What an honor. It's full of fresh blood. This would last me a while, only I can't bear to drink it, knowing where it comes from. My coffin. He must have ordered it to be brought here so that I don't fry in the morning. How long does he intend to keep me here?
By the sound of it, you're in for the long haul. Nothing personal, miss. Just doing my job.
No way. Is this the same guy? Oh shoot! It is him! No way.
Dragomir.
in a cage yet again. Have you learned no lessons?
I thought I wouldn't get to see you again.
It takes more than a little jape to vanquish a presence like mine. You betrayed my trust once before. I do not hold it against you. While I rested, I hoped you would find your own path. Nonetheless, looking at your soul once more, I recognize that all this time I was wrong about you. I once gave you a chance when you were trapped, but instead of a fearsome beast, you became a mewling kitten. If only you listened to me, you could have become the maker of history, the master of rulers, the forger of destinies. Instead, you will stay here forever, imprisoned by a mortal fool. Let this be a lesson to you. So much potential wasted. Pity.
Hello. We've met before, haven't we?
Couldn't say. I meet a lot of people in my line of work.
You used to guard the way to Savelli's office.
I think I remember you. You were with that lady with the scar, weren't you?
Yes, exactly. My name's Liza.
Luca?
So they've put you all the way down here now.
I've been promoted.
Right. Promoted. Of course. How did you end up working here, if you don't mind me asking?
I've been working at Town Hall for decades. Seen my share of mayors pass through.
And how does Savelli compare to the rest of them?
Well, at least he doesn't drink, doesn't steal. That's a first, I'll tell you. The town seems to flourish.
True, but what about all this? Hundreds of innocent people abducted and tortured.
Our people need a firm hand, you know? Besides, they say the people down here are no use to anybody. No offense.
None taken. So, how do you feel about the work?
I could do without the blood, if I'm honest. And the people's screams. I don't even want to think about that.
Then why do you keep doing it?
One day, I was notified that I was promoted. I was pleased. Could use an extra coin or two. They didn't tell me much. Just ordered me to go down the stairs.
And then what happened?
When I saw all this for the first time, I was horrified, of course, but once they bring you here, there's no way back. If I tell anyone what happens in this place, they'll just drag me back down. Only, I'll be on the other side of the bars. I've got a family that depends on me. I can't abandon them. I'm afraid this is my life now.
I have to get out of here, and I think Luca might be able to help. If I can just make him trust me a little more, perhaps I can enchant him. Of course, there are always other ways. Say, Luca?
You know that piece too?
Of course. Slavonic dances. Who doesn't?
You'd be surprised. Music from abroad rarely makes an appearance down here.
What a shame. Absorbing the wonders of the world through music is a singular experience you and I clearly share. I'm lucky to have you watching over me.
Well, it is nice to hear some music down here, and to now have a whistling partner.
He seems to have warmed up to me. I may be able to enchant and influence him now.
Lately, I only talk with people around here due to my shift hours. They aren't the most cultured bunch.
That must feel lonely.
I don't want to complain, but all they do in their spare time is play cards and drink. I'd like to talk about something a little more interesting.
I feel like we'd get along just fine, Luca.
I reckon so.
Say, Luca? Listen, Luca. You aren't such a bad person, are you? You have compassion for other people, for your family. I know you understand that what goes on down here is not right. These people are not expendable. Criminals are not, they're human beings. They can't be treated like this.
But what can I do? If I tell anybody, they'll kill me and everyone I care about.
That's why you can leave it to me. Just let me out of here and I promise I will shut this horror factory down. You and your loved ones will be safe.
Alright, this may be worth the risk. But I can't just let you walk out. They'll kill me.
Why don't you tell them I enchanted you and forced you into submission?
You can do that? Maybe you lot should be behind bars. Alright.
Just lay down as if you fainted for 10 minutes or so. Then you can alert everyone.
Agreed. Good luck.
I don't have much time before they start looking for me. I need to get out of here and tell everyone what's going on. But first, I need to check on Kolya. Thank goodness you're all right.
Liza, look at me. Is this normal? Am I dying?
It depends on how technical you want to be. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Luca! Luca! What the hell happened here?
They're already here.
How do we get out of here? We'll never get past the guards.
I don't have the time to teach him how to turn invisible. Have you read Ostrovsky's Thunderstorm?
What?
Watch me and do the same.
I can't believe I'm flying.
Let's get out of here quickly. We need to tell everyone and shut.
You! Where do you think you're going?
Quick, Kolya. Move towards the door. I don't have much I need, but first...
Liza,
You'll...
Luke,
how do we get up?
I don't have the have you...
What?
Watch me.
I can't believe I'm flying.
you! Where do you think you're...
It's her! Shoot her now!
Severely warned that she can turn invisible. Look at...
We needed help, Kolya. I can't believe it. Wait. What is going on out there?
Our people have been enduring this tyranny for centuries. Ruler after ruler after ruler. The story is always the same. Oppression, poverty, unlawful imprisonment for true heroes, like my friend Gosha, who was apprehended last night with no notice or reason. And what does the ruling class get? Palaces, gold and power. Don't trust the honeyed speeches of the new officials. This is the same fairy tale we've been told, but it's all lies. And this is exactly why we can't trust the rotten government to execute our rights. It is time for a better future. It is time for everyone to unite. It is time to burn this place to kingdom come.
Wait!
What the hell?
There are people locked up down there. We need to save them.
Don't listen to her. The tyranny stops today. The power goes to us, the people. No regrets. What? Why didn't it explode? Gosha, you bitch! You deactivated it, didn't you?
Get the terrorist now! Don't let him get away!
Did she say there are people still inside?
Quick! We need to help them!
Hurry up, everyone!
So apparently there is benefit.
Hello?
Oh. So there is benefit from earning a lot of money. It gave me an extra achievement. It basically reflects here in the end how much I can actually afford.
And a happy New Year's Eve to you too. Of course. I'll pass it on. Thank you. I see how it is now. The only reason you called is to talk about the clinic, isn't it? I know. I'm just teasing. Look, I promise the budgets can wait till after the holidays. We're doing great. Seriously. The patients are happy, and that's all that matters. I'll handle the board. Now go and spend time with your family. Doctor's orders. All right, dear. Have a wonderful break. Marina's pushing herself way too hard, but I honestly can't imagine a better partner to run the clinic with. No more work tonight. I need to take my mind off it. Among other things. What's on TV? In memory of Pumpkin. A finer hunter and companion there never was. Glasha. I think I took good care of her over the years. I still maintain that till this day it is the most beautiful doll the world has ever seen. Not counting Matilda, of course. I don't usually care much for awards, but this one feels special. It's the highest honor given by the Medical Academy. For groundbreaking contributions to hematology. All that blood research the doctor and I used to do really paid off. Took decades to conduct, but luckily, I had no shortage of time. Had to use an alias, of course. Can't keep my real name on the records. Otherwise, over the decades, people would catch on, especially now with the internet real. Anyway, the name may be fake, but the lives we helped save were very real. An appraiser friend of mine recently looked at this painting. Turns out, over the decades, it appreciated in value and is now worth a small fortune. Don't think I'll ever sell it, though. Means too much to me. I heard vampires get quite attached to their possessions as they get older. Guess I'm not immune to that. All of Anastasia's lessons weren't in vain. I'm glad I stuck with it. With a little practice, even the least gifted student would become decent in 100 years. I may have not taken it much further than that, but I'm proud to say that many a guest has been entertained with this particular instrument. Home sweet home. Over a century has passed, and I still can't get used to being this well off.
Well, Oksana, only a few hours left till we get to celebrate the much-anticipated year 2000.
The new year is flying fast towards us, and what better present for the nation than the first annual address of the newly elected President Chernov?
Absolutely. It's been a tumultuous year for our country with the tragic, sudden passing of the former head of state. Luckily, Anatoly Chernov promptly took matters into his own hands, first as acting president and now as president-elect after the results of the official emergency referendum.
That's right, Maxim. President Chernov has already demonstrated his firm and efficient governing style. In his short time in office, he's issued orders to reinforce the defensive military budget and has also introduced a zero-tolerance policy towards illegal immigration.
Finally, our people will have the much-desired stability back into their lives.
He sounds like Kirill.
Can't wait to hear what he has to say at midnight.
So we're in modern times now? You managed to survive the entire part of, the 19 or 1860s of Russia?
Yeah. Basically, a century has passed. A century is like 100, right? 100 years later?
Yes.
Yeah. Because now it's like the year 1990s where, televisions, and now she's got the internet, things like that. And some of the things that we got from the playthrough are reflected here in her room. Like for some particular these items on the shelves. Those are the things that I got along the way. And then remember the skills we were leveling? Since my
Yeah.
since my highest is science apparently, I have an award plaque. I have a plaque. As and according to my achievement, it's the highest skill that I pretty much leveled.
Me too. Say, Oksana, what are you going to wish for when the clock strikes 12?
I failed to finish the doctor's task, that whole reading, because I need to read 8 pages, and I've just ignored it a lot of times because I was prioritizing other stuff. And then so basically I failed 2 quests, side quests rather, and
Scandalous.
I also failed to meet one more character, because in the album there's one more character left that for some reasons I missed to meet, and I can't remember who. Or rather, I don't know who I actually missed in the list, and I'm like, the city is so small. Who the hell did I actually miss? And I'm pretty sure I talked to everybody that I could talk to. So, also, the money that we have, apparently there is it reflects this ending of depending how much money I have in the game will reflect this current house that Liza currently lives in. And since we have a lot of money, like I doubled it to 3,000. Her house obviously she's basically rich. So now
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
All
now
that gambling paid off.
Yeah, yeah. So now she's got 20,000. This one is just current, but yeah, in the playthrough before this, I gambled one last time because I was like, why not? So I gambled again and then got 3,300. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy. The cat is already, he's deceased.
The cat is no, the cat is also a vampire.
Hang on.
Well.
And turn up.
Fools.
Fools. There you go. There's my medal. That's the science. And who the heck is that?
Hey, your skull painting is still up there.
Yeah.
Looks like your ride is here and already causing
God,
a
it's
nuisance.
Oh, is that your girlfriend?
Yeah, that's my first girlfriend. And the picture frame, apparently, since that's the chosen frame I chose in my room, right? She kept it, and according to her, it now costs a small fortune if I sell it.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is the plant the one on the side table. That's the plant from Faina. So apparently still alive after 100 centuries, or maybe I just replanted the seeds. Yeah, at least I see her. But obviously, she's a vampire. Nice dress.
That bastard woke me up from such a beautiful dream.
Oh wait, are we leaving together?
And what was the dream?
Yeah, you fucking.
That all the annoying drivers in the world were dead, obviously.
Duke is right. Next time in
course.
round into the peasant playthrough, wake up in a cardboard box.
Oh my god, I'd rather not. I'm a vampire. Vampires are rich. that's 100 centuries. Like I don't want to be poor. Look at
Yeah,
the
I think it's less the fact that all vampires are rich and more like if you've been alive for 100 years and you're still poor, just step into the fucking morning. Right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you deserve to die. You deserve to be fried.
Face the dawn, bro.
You deserve to be fried. Look at that vase. Like, oh my god, her decoration. Damn. Yes.
Hey, are you all right?
Yeah.
You know you don't have to do this, right? Besides, it's not going anywhere. Why don't you come to the party with me tonight? Should be good fun.
I mean, look at her dress. She even's got the what we call that, like a hanging top, you know, and see her little tummy.
Man, at that point, just commit with more belly there.
Urban said that's a case of the delicious vintage Cabernet. Jesus.
I admit.
Oh yes,
it's
moldy
very
blood.
tempting,
I love it.
But I'm sorry. I can't. I have to do this on my own, and I have to do it now. I don't know why, but I feel that tomorrow won't be the same.
Fine. You've always been a stubborn one.
Look who's talking.
You know you can call me any time, right? If you're in any trouble at all, just send a word and I'll tear them apart before they can say Happy New Year.
Oh my god, Lisa is a quite powerful vampire.
But I'll be fine, I promise. I'm pretty tough myself.
I mean, Liza has been experimenting with a lot of things, so not surprised if she's actually powerful. That, and she's the Countess's daughter, so yeah.
That you are.
I better get going before the car leaves without me.
Tell him if he wakes me up again, I'll curse his kin to the 5th generation.
I will. Love you, my queen.
Love you too, princess.
Getting close now.
So,
I appreciate that the driver is voiced by the same
again.
guy who voiced
Good to
Thorfinn.
be back. It's hard to believe the last time I set foot here was around a century ago. Vampires generally aren't allowed to stay in the same place for more than 20 years. Otherwise, people start asking questions. Small towns have surprisingly long memories, but you can usually come back once it makes sense for you to pass as your own offspring. Nowadays, they call permission to stay a vampire visa. Higher society granted me one for this town decades ago, but I just hadn't been ready until now. I'm not sure why, but I feel like I owe my old friends a visit in this new millennium.
Yeah, very curious where you go, but I'm guessing you're going back to that city.
Even if it is at a cemetery.
Yeah. Oh my god. A cemetery, then again, it's 100 years ago.
I mean, I bet you that she's ensuring that those places are well looked
Here we
after.
are. That will be 200 coins.
Goodness gracious, 200
Coins?
I thought I asked you to stop by the field.
Sorry, lady. No dice. Too much snow.
Disappear. I mean, you have the money. You can pay him and tip him.
Yeah, that's true. I'm rich. I have 20,000 coins. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. There you go. And
Good
here
tipper.
is something from Grandfather Frost on top.
Apparently, I received an achievement too. I'm a good tipper.
Seriously? Thank you, really. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Sure thing. Happy New Year's Eve.
You too. If you don't mind me asking, why did you choose to come here? This place is, well, it's a bit of a hole. No offense.
I like holes.
None taken. Trust me, I know.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I'm not so sure myself. I used to live here. I guess I just wanted to walk down memory lane.
Yeah, I wanna see what this town looks like now after 100 years.
Well, good luck. And hey, if you need a ride back, just call this number.
Totally.
Don't worry, I'll fly back.
Yeah, I can actually just fly back.
Actually, I don't know how well bats would do in, like, incredibly cold temperatures. I'm not entirely sure if it would be, like, super useful.
Oh well, okay, so it is kind of updated. Look, there are numbers now like that.
This monument was built to commemorate the brave men and women who saved dozens of lives and prevented further disaster during the town hall tragedy. That night indeed became an important one in the town's history. Due to Yvonne's bomb being defused, the rescue operation was swift and simple, and those who weren't already dead or dying all made it back home. I wish the sign mentioned Gosha by name. She was the true hero in all this. Without her, just like it says there, the outcome could have been a disaster for the ages. Since so many of the horrors beneath Town Hall were vampire-related. Shortly after the rescue operation, the Higher Society sent a hypnotist crew, a well-trained, powerful group of vampires. Of course, there wasn't any enchantment strong enough to completely remove those memories. However, they did manage to alter them enough to convince the humans that what they saw was all standard prison torture practices. Horrible and illegal, yes, but nothing beyond the depthless depravity of mortal beings. The corpse chamber and draining floor, no more than a gruesome dream that faded with the sunrise. The Countess, predictably, kept adjusting with the times and growing her fortune. After the Cabernet producing facility at the town hall was destroyed, she took a loss and had to pivot. However, when the doctor terminated their contract, she never ended up finding a decent replacement. For a while, she actually tried to recruit me to continue his work. But, knowing how there are always strings attached to her offers, I ended up saying no. It didn't take her too long to bounce back, though. More partners came forward soon enough, and eventually other business opportunities presented themselves. Some say the Countess is now running one of the biggest mafia networks in the country.
Oh, that does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean, as if she let herself die. So, yeah.
It's only rumor, of course, but in all honesty, I would certainly not put something like that past her. infamous Savely Skortsov, the purportedly non-corrupt mayor of town, ended up being a ruthless sociopath. The fact that Gosha defused Ivan's bomb meant two things for him. One, that the building didn't crumble on top of his own head after the explosion, meaning that he survived the night. And two, that when I took the townsfolk to help free the prisoners, he was taken by surprise and captured. As one would imagine, given Savely's deeds, he spent the rest of his life behind bars. Perhaps his greatest legacy is that he became somewhat of a folklore figure. Mothers in this area often frighten their children by telling them that bloody Savely will snatch them up if they don't behave. In contrast, the next mayor the town elected remained in his position for nearly a decade and was entirely inconsequential. During that whole time, he arguably did less to improve the town than Savely did in a few months. But then again, he didn't organize brutal murders beneath town property. Well, at least that we know of. Victoria still works for the Countess. Say what you want about her, but she's a loyal one. It clearly didn't go unnoticed by Countess Orlova, and, albeit unofficially, Victoria is widely considered to be her number two. They say she leads the departments that are heavy on the dirty work, since the Countess trusts her. Rumors, of course, but rings true, doesn't it? What can I say? There's never a dull night with Liza. There aren't many who have the privilege of being friends with this mysterious creature, so I'm proud to be one of the lucky ones. How many vampires can say that they've seen the sunrise after being turned? I am yet to meet another but her. Only her unique blend of intelligence, passion, and a touch of madness could achieve such results. Her technique, however, brought about much more than just her famous sunrise paintings, which, I must say, are a huge hit among the vampiric community. I often use a version of it in my clinic, for both vampire and human anesthetic purposes, and have helped introduce this practice throughout the vampiric medical community. When her vampiric visa in town expired, sadly, Elisa had to abandon her hookah bar. Such is the fate of most vampiric enterprises. However, people remembered it fondly years after its closure and told stories of legendary nights spent there. The tales grew with embellishments until no one knew what was true, like any good story eventually does. There were vampires who attempted to recreate Elisa's success by building their own such establishments, but no one was able to quite capture her same type of magic. Still, wherever she goes, she manages to start a new venture and turn it into something special. To selfishly put this all aside for a moment, I'm just so incredibly happy we're together. Who knew that I would fall for someone like her? But then again, there really isn't anyone quite like her, is there? While I still lived in town, Arbin stayed here for as long as her vampiric visa allowed. We had our fair share of adventures together, and to this day remain close friends. When she finally left, for a while she tried to maintain her establishment from afar. But alas, literary salons went out of fashion, and eventually they built a regular housing project in its place. Arbin overcame her internal struggles about siring and ended up taking several fledglings under her wing. Unsurprisingly, Each and every one of them is well and thriving. She often credits me for that, but really, she's always cared for the newly turned, just like the moment I first met her. Arbin eventually moved abroad, but still sends me a case of delicious red every year.
Oh, this is the apartment, the house. It's a building.
Dr. Volkov's story is not a happy one. Like so many talented people, he fell victim to his own work. His research left him fully addicted to blood. Every month he got worse and worse, until he truly was a shadow of his former self. One day he just seemed to vanish. No warning, no note. There's no way to know for sure, but I'm worried that, despite all his fears, the doctor turned feral. There are few fates worse for a vampire. He didn't deserve an end like that.
I wonder is it because I didn't finish his quest? Oh. Here's the couple.
To many people's surprise, Anastasia and Evgeny managed to fix their marital problems.
Oh, that's
After
nice.
the miraculous outcome of the duel, Evgeny got himself together and quit drinking once and for all.
Sorry, the sounds and the effects are a lot louder than our voice.
Seems that the key to their happiness was in mixing up the traditional roles. I enjoyed many a dinner with the two of them and their adorable children, and I must say, Evgeny was a much better cook than Anastasia ever was. Furthermore, they managed to find true artistic harmony, using their combined talents to create something beautiful. Not even a year after the events of that fateful summer, they finished an opera with Anastasia's music and Evgeny's lyrics. It was a great triumph, and nowadays rightfully considered a classic. They both enjoyed many individual successes in poetry and music, and lived in the same place their whole lives. Anastasia told me that after having children, the house never seemed empty to her again. She did, however, insist on redecorating it entirely. Of course, with the exception of the garden, which was perfect from the very start. Not long after our chat on the roof, Anastasia finally managed to finish her cello piece.
Look at my face. Concealed by the lamppost.
The girl in the wine dress, she called it. I think I know who might have served as inspiration. The song was a breakout success, but it was only the beginning. Soon enough, she was one of the most renowned composers in the country. Anastasia lived a long and fulfilling life, and on top of all that, she never forgot her students. With her newly earned fortune, she rebuilt her music school, which is now one of the most prestigious establishments in Eastern Europe. It's also famous for its funding program for low-income students, allowing thousands of talented musicians to find their calling. To this day, her work is still studied and played all around the world, inspiring people decades after her passing. To many people's surprise, Anastasia and Evgeny managed to fix their marital problems. After the miraculous, they both enjoyed many Anastasia told me that she...
The vodka bar!
Oh my god, it's still the same. Just with neon lights now. Okay, well, of course.
Ah, Kirill. Now, that's a peculiar story. Sure, many usages of enchantment could be considered a gray area. However, I really think in his case it was simply a small push that awakened something already inside him. After that night, when Kirill seemingly hit rock bottom, or rather consciously realized it for the first time, he took some time off from the vodka bar and slowly put himself back together. He stopped cheating at cards and overcharging customers, and got some quality ingredients for food and drink. I never took part in another scheme of his, and from what I can tell, neither did he. He never quite said it with words, but somehow I knew he was always grateful for what I told him that day. Not least because of the amount of drinks I got on the house in the following years.
Can I buy flowers? Selling flowers. I think that's my quest. Oh, this.
What do you know? The store is still here.
Damn.
If you're looking for champagne, vodka, or flowers, don't bother. They're all out.
Oh my god.
Is that right?
Well, why else do you think I'm still open? All the demand and no other supply. That's good business.
Oh, he's the guy selling flowers.
Happy New Year's Eve. The bouquet over there.
Man,
please.
you went pretty damn quiet after that one part of conversation you had there.
I know, right? Oh.
He almost seems unhappy that you even communicated with him. He's like, Happy New Year's. Meh. You got my attention, motherfucker. You started this.
Cutting it a bit late with the presents, aren't you? You'd better hurry home, or you'll miss the president's speech.
I don't really care.
Thanks, but I don't think I'll be watching this year. Not my cup of tea.
What? Why not? Don't you care about your own country?
Not really, no.
See, that's the problem with your generation. You hold nothing sacred.
Only you and you, boy.
Oh, really? And what generation do you think that is?
Generation of spoiled brats.
Oh my god.
You've seen nothing, done nothing, and fought for nothing.
What?
You have all the freedom in the world, but no, you just complain and demand more.
How about I just suck your blood, huh? Oh wait, I'm full.
Show some respect and be grateful for once.
Are you finished? Listen, I'm not who you think I am, but I don't expect you to understand that. Mark my words, I've seen this happen to our country time and time again. At this point, I feel it in my bones, like how some with arthritis can feel rain coming.
Really? People with arthritis can tell when the rain is coming.
What are you babbling about, girl?
Every time there was hope, a person like that man came to crush it. No one has found a way to break the cycle yet, so, of course, I've come to not expect much. All I'm asking is, Think. Think and care about your fellow man. Then, make your own choices.
How much have you had to drink?
Enough for a lifetime. Trust me. Happy upcoming New Year. It's moments like these that I regret making fun of the hussar for smoking.
Are you all right, dear? Hope you don't mind me asking. You look out of sorts.
Yes. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Do you have a place to go tonight? It's New Year's Eve, after all. No good being by yourself.
Thank you. I do have some old friends I'm visiting.
Oh, that's lovely. Just lovely. You know, I overheard what you were saying back there.
Did I get carried away?
Goodness, no. I would have said the exact same thing. I was just like you when I was younger. Didn't let anyone walk over me.
I'm not as young as I look.
Let's talk again in 50 years, dear. See who's right about this.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That Chernov, though, he's trouble, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just as we managed to turn this rusty ship around, they're pulling the wheel again. Still, all this time, I never lost hope. Not once. And you shouldn't either, dear.
Thank you. I think I needed to hear that today. You know, you remind me of an old friend of mine.
Yeah, Faina.
Friends, of course. Sorry for keeping you, dear. Your friends are probably wondering where you are.
Don't worry, they're quite a patient bunch nowadays.
Because they're
Do you
dead.
need any help carrying your bag?
Oh, no, bless you, dear. I live just around the corner.
Really? In the old apartment building?
That's the one. My great-aunt used to own it before the revolution, and I inherited it. I'm very lucky. It's apartment number 1. Stop by for a cup of tea sometime if you feel lonely. Have a wonderful year, dear.
Thank you. And you. Well, what do you know?
Somehow I wouldn't be surprised if you run into the cat somewhere around here.
On my old window. Oh, I can't. Okay. What if I can... Oh yeah, that's right, they blocked it already. This is the path towards... Yep. Okay. Did manage to complete the painting too. Wonder what it looked like. Can I land here? Oh. Oh, this is where I can get to start.
On the surface, nothing seemed to change all that much in Stefan's life. At least for a while. Same old cards, drinks, and revelry. And, of course, Intrigue seemed to follow him everywhere he went. But in reality, everything turned upside down once we freed him from Count Orlov's magic contract. He actually ended up sending his resignation to the Countess via postcard from the Bahamas. Apparently, Liza was there to witness her fit of rage, and according to her, it was a sight to behold. As much as I would have loved to see it myself, mostly I'm just happy for Stefan. He seemed like a whole new person ever since. I'm also looking forward to meeting his significant other. After all he's been through, for him to have another chance at love. Something tells me he might have finally found his new happy eternity.
Okay.
I'm glad that
sorry.
he's doing good.
Yeah. Sorry. That's this church is in ruins, so obviously go in. Oh, sorry. I really can't go in here? Yeah, no. So the extra characters doesn't matter, I guess. Like the owner of this shop, then my human boyfriend. Really?
You didn't have any boyfriends, don't lie to me.
This bookstore was right across here. Let me in! Come on! God dang it! Really? I can't go to the other side. Let me in! Gosh darn it! I was hoping to. I'm actually curious about Petya. By technicality, Petya should be like almost immortal at this rate. A doll. Man, I wonder what happened to him because I don't see his doll anywhere. Like she just mentioned him earlier when she was looking at the doll that Petya gave her. But after that, I'm like, okay, so where's Petya? Like, I doubt he died because he's a doll. It doesn't age. Okay, tend to the cemeteries.
Locked. Can't blame them, really.
Oh,
I guess I'll just have to do it like in the good old days.
Yep. Flower here, it's a fresh flower. Oh, okay.
To my relief, Demian was among the many lucky survivors who were rescued from the town hall dungeons.
Good.
Perhaps even luckier, Demian never ended up on the lower levels of Savelli's underground prison.
Good.
That left him relatively unscarred, and soon enough he seemed to be back to his old playful self. One thing did seem to change, though. After the events of that night, I certainly noticed him working in the fields much more often. It's hard to find a silver lining to what transpired, but I suppose scaring Demian into a working man may have been one of them. The funds I provided helped Marusa pursue the path of education that she so longed for, without her needing to worry about her family.
Oh my god, I also failed through theme. Pretty sure he's gonna have a bad ending as well, just like the doctor. I failed to finish his quest because I didn't know there was a expiration.
Of course, with all her talent and natural stubbornness, she had no trouble whatsoever getting accepted to the best university in the country. Marusa never forgot her community, and upon graduation, she came back to the village and helped make it prosper. Neither her family nor anyone else she cared for wanted for money and bread once she turned things around. Although I always considered the money I gave Marusa a gift, she insisted on paying me back every single coin. But she didn't stop there either. Inspired by Anastasia's kindness and commitment to her craft, Marusa opened her own school to help children from low-income families. She arranged special stipends for the most promising students, and, with her help, many of the peasant youth from across the country managed to receive higher education. In her later years, the school grew and branched out to different campuses across the country. I knew she was a special one from the start. I couldn't have been more right.
I'm so sorry, Trophim.
Trophim ended up working for the Countess for the rest of his life. He didn't drink much ever since our first encounter, and lived well into old age. Was it a happy life? Who's to say? Perhaps it's not just drinking that makes one miserable. I only knew Faina for a short time, but somehow the memory of her has never faded. She meant a lot to me. She still does. I took care of your flowers as best I could, for as long as they lasted. Rest in peace, dear Faina. I didn't know exactly what to expect when I told Gosha about the bomb, but she sure came through that fateful night.
I see him behind the tree.
As I learned later, Yvonne devised a backup plan in case the bomb didn't end up being delivered. But what he didn't plan was on his right-hand woman deactivating the explosive before handing it over to him. When the townsfolk saw what happened and understood the scale of the tragedy that was barely avoided, Yvonne was swiftly thrown into jail. I didn't hear whether he was ever pardoned, but I do know for certain that he never returned to politics.
Oh, good. Oh. Orlov.
Oleg and I never became close, but at least till I left town, he kept running the shop and seemed to be doing fine.
Of course, we never grew close. He let his girlfriend die.
Although, I'm sure he would have preferred to keep his hand. I always felt a sense of gratitude in him for sparing him. In retrospect, I think I'm glad I didn't end up taking a life for an old grudge, albeit a very heavy one. I wonder if the Rusalka is still out there somewhere. Did she ever forgive him?
Hey, Petya.
I'm happy to report that Petya is still alive and well.
Okay.
He is, of course, still bound to Matilda's body, but at this point, I think even if someone offered him a different form, he'd turn it down. He may have never made it as a great salesman, but, in a way, the fact that he no longer interacted with customers in his new body only did him good. Petya opened a small doll boutique, and, it turns out, when someone else was selling his dolls, people absolutely loved them. He never took it personally, though. Petya was just happy that the dolls found good homes. Of course, to open a business, he needed a human for the paperwork, and who happened to step up but his old friend Liza. She was the face of his company for quite some time, during which they became the best of pals again. Human or vampire, that's something I never imagined happening in a million years. But life is just full of surprises.
Okay. One else. Oh, Gosia.
Gosha proved herself a true hero by disarming the bomb prior to the attack on Town Hall. Many assumed that after Yvonne, their golden-throated leader, went to prison, the local revolutionary cause would fall apart. But, yet again, brave Gosha came to the rescue. She assembled what was left of the group and pivoted towards peaceful change. Ultimately, she turned it into a legitimate political party that existed for decades after her eventual passing. I still remember the years I spent in Gosha's organization fondly. She was selfless and passionate and cared deeply for each of her fellow citizens. During the years she led the movement, she helped steer the country away from many a tragedy, although, of course, plenty couldn't be avoided.
Okay, where's Roman? There he is.
After I told Roman the truth about myself, he immediately volunteered to become a vampire himself. He was beside himself with excitement to learn that so many of his beloved stories were true, and he wanted to be a part of that world as well. After all, his dream was to travel and learn about folklore and culture, and an eternity to do just that seemed perfect. I accompanied him on his expeditions a few times, but I couldn't travel as much due to my medical duties, so he often journeyed on his own. He managed to connect with all kinds of people and hear the legends of their homes and ancestors. It wasn't just for his pleasure either. He published several tomes on world folklore, which were translated to dozens of languages. He loved the people around him, and he shared that love in his favorite way, through his books and stories.
Damn, okay. Going to a vampire. Alright. Wait, did something else I missed? Okay. Tend to the graves, yes, and tend to the graves. What do I need to? Power here. Oh. Ooh. More? Oh, I didn't get into the graves. Oh, yes.
I did what I came for. I suppose it's time to go home.
A good time. Fine.
Oh! Huh. Strange. Snakes usually brumate over the winter. Their metabolism slows down, they stop eating, and hide out underground till it's warmer. Nobody must have come here for ages. I bet I scared it out of its hiding spot. Slithering back to the shadows, how the mighty have fallen. Oof, the church sure has seen better days. What does the sign say? condemned. Wait a minute. So, it's not technically a church anymore, and I don't need an invitation. Does that mean
That's it. First takeaway from the situation.
can enter it?
I know, right? That's the first thing she immediately said because she never managed to enter it during her time in this city. Why do you even want to go inside the church?
Wow. It's been over a century since I've been inside a church.
So human.
I'd forgotten how it looks, what it smells like.
Wow, hats off to the design. Oh. Shoot.
I never quite made up my mind how I felt about religion before I was turned, and then it didn't feel like I could anymore. But somehow it just feels good to be here right now. Oh, damn it.
Jesus.
The Morozov family. Minus me, of course. I remember how, even before I was allowed to touch matches, in church, Mother would let me light candles for people we knew. I loved doing it, partly because of the excitement of the dangerous forbidden flame, but it was also more than that. Although I never knew if there was someone or something listening on the other side. It felt important. Why don't I light some candles now? I may not get another chance. I've got enough. There.
Unlife is freaking alive. He's a vampire now.
People tend to only say good things about the dead, but we all knew Father was far from perfect. Slowly but surely, drinking turned him from a kind and loving person into a monster. And I know more than most what it means to be one. But some fairy tales do have a happy ending. He managed to quit drinking soon after that fateful summer. I couldn't have been more proud of him. I might be giving us too much credit, but I feel like Kolya and I might have had something to do with it. Mom stuck with him through the rough months. Uncle Mitko helped out with money before they got back on their feet, and from what I gathered, they both ended up rather happy. So glad I managed to get this new picture of them. Of course, according to higher society laws, we're never supposed to get in touch with family, but Kolya and I bent the rules just a little. We got into some trouble, of course, but that's a whole other story. Rest in peace, dear mother and father. It's not easy being an older sister, but being a younger brother must have also had its challenges. Kolya adjusted surprisingly well, all things considered, and he somehow managed to keep his humanity. He tried not to show it, but back when I told him what I saw on the lower floors of the underground prison, I could tell he was truly shaken. I feel that in some way, It helped to save his sanity. For decades now, he's been working with organizations helping the poor and those with addiction. I'm proud of you. This one is for you, dear brother. Funny thing, for over a century I've lived so many lives. Different names, cities, friends, and enemies. I've seen more people live and die than one can count, or care to remember. But even after all this time, I still think about my family. They never faded away. I could have done things differently, and every day I have to live with my choices and my mistakes.
Oh, she's got earrings too. And that.
Some of them are heavy and bury themselves deep in my gut. From what I hear, every vampire receives a keepsake like that sooner or later. Maybe that's the true payment for eternal life. Or maybe it's a part of any life, really. I don't know if they ever fully go away. If I'm honest, I don't think so. But they remind me to do things differently, to be better. And when I do, sometimes I feel human again. Last candle left. I think I know what I'll light it for. I've seen people in this country go through so much suffering. Wars, revolutions, tyranny, famine. So much has happened, and yet so little has changed. Some people say this country is cursed, hopeless. I don't know if I believe that. I've seen fates crushed by a short sentence. I've seen lives saved by a simple embrace. No matter what they say, a person's choice can make a difference, so you might as well do your best. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll all make enough of the good ones. And for now, there is hope. Demons may be hereditary, but we are in charge of them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
So that's how the ending goes. Just that took us longer than I thought it would. It's probably because she was narrating every single thing that was happening to every single character. I can't say I'm disappointed with the ending. But basically the endings really varies if you finish the quest. That's it. Whoever you fail to finish, they get a bad ending, obviously. And with Colin, I had 2 chances to kill him. Or not really kill him, but let him die. Obviously I didn't. Like, why? Apparently I turned Roman into a vampire even. Not my brother. Laura Gray, that's Ben Pot. Victorian Adams Alright, can I fast forward this? Can I skip this? It's a limited Press spacebar apparently. Move the cast a little faster. For a moment I thought the song would go faster too, apparently not. Oh, there you go. All possible, we special out to our moms and okay. I'm not done reading that, but sure.